Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. I'm Lily Myers.
And I'm Tyler Whitehead. This afternoon, President Joe Biden signed his $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill alongside members of Congress, governors, and mayors from both the Democrat and Republican parties.
This bill includes money for roads, bridges, mass transit, rail, airports, and waterways. Other investments include improving the electric grid and water systems, as well as building a nationwide network of electric vehicle chargers.
This marks a bipartisan win for Biden and represents the largest infrastructure investment in America's history.
And big football news broke yesterday. UCentral's Brady Gray has the latest. Brady, what is our big news?
Sunday, UCO announced that head football coach Nick Bobeck has resigned. The news comes a day after the Bronco football team lost their last game of the season Saturday. A former UCO player himself, Bobeck will step down with a total record of 47-54, 4 bowl game appearances, and 4 winning seasons. Central finished this year with a 4-7 record for his last season here in Edmond. I'll have more on the story later in sports. Guys?
There are many local places downtown where you can see live music. I talked to a local musician about his favorite place to perform is. Downtown Oklahoma City has many local places that are welcoming artists to play at their establishments.
I usually play like once a month downtown. Usually here at Core 4 Brewery Company or at Chaley's, which is like a deli place downtown.
Core 4 is a local brew pub that welcomes local artists to have shows in their garage patio.
My set list usually includes a lot of covers from other artists, but also a lot of my original stuff. I play a lot of country covers, a lot of pop covers, sometimes hip-hop covers.
Pittman plays his set a few Sunday nights a month, normally at Core 4, so his furry friends can come watch too. Reporting from downtown Oklahoma City, Lily Myers, UCentral News. If you're wanting to hear some live music, check out Core 4 in downtown OKC during the weekends.
And looking now at COVID-19 on campus, UCO is currently reporting 20 active cases. UCO says just over 1,200 people in the UCO community have recovered from the virus. UCO has seen just over 1,200 total cases since last August.
The State Department of Health is reporting 968 new cases across Oklahoma today. Right now, we have over 7,200 active cases in the state. 394 Oklahomans are hospitalized with the virus. 135 are in the ICU.
The Oklahoma legislature held a special session today to approve new maps for the state's legislative and congressional districts. Hundreds of protesters went to the Capitol to express their opposition to the vaccine mandates. During the session, this decision comes as a 2020 census data showed a change of population. Lawmakers are expected to wrap their work by the end of the week. The proposed new map takes out large proportions of Democratic precincts on the south side and central OKC. It also adds more rural voters in Logan and Lincoln County.
And closing arguments are still underway in Kenosha for the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse today. The armed Illinois man who killed 2 people and wounded another during unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin last summer is on trial on homicide charges. Rittenhouse, now 18, is charged with 5 felonies. Both sides have rested their case and closing arguments are underway. The case stems from Rittenhouse's actions in the wake of protests related to the police shooting of Jacob Blake in August 2020. And Tyler, it is a very beautiful day outside on campus. It for sure does not feel like November.
Yes, that is right. Let's go ahead and send things over to Patrick with our look at weather. Patrick?
Yeah, that's right. It is a very warm day for what we are used to here in November, as you take a look at current conditions right now in Edmond, Oklahoma, 72 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Winds out of the southwest at about 10 miles per hour. Humidity is hovering right around 41% and no wind chill, no heat index right now. So a very pleasant day here in Edmond, Oklahoma right now. As we take a look at weather headlines for the week, we're going to have fall weather through the week. It'll be on the warmer side, but we'll be in that fall weather. No chances of rain this week. I know that's a nice thing for me. Lows approaching freezing a couple of nights this week. We'll get to that in my 7-day forecast. But for now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And an update on the Astroworld Music Festival that now has taken the lives of 10 people. Ezra Blunt, a 9-year-old boy who was put in a medically induced coma following what happened at the concert. According to CNN, Blunt was on his father's shoulders watching the performer, but as the crowd moved in, his father passed out and Ezra fell into the crowd. Once he was taken to the hospital, he had cardiac arrest, damage to his liver and lungs, and swelling in his brain. Astroworld was a music festival headlined by rapper Travis Scott. Once the concert started, crowds flooded the stage and people were trampled in the crowds. Scott has stated that he would cover the funeral costs for the victims. Lawsuits have been filed against the rapper and his team.
Midwest Boulevard will be closed between Danforth and Covell Roads starting tomorrow morning. The road is closed while work on the Coffee Creek Intercept is completed. The purpose of the project is to replace the intercept with a larger intercept. This will eliminate the current sanitary overflow and expand the collection system for present and future growth. Motorists are encouraged to find alternative routes. Houses along the construction will be accessible. The road is set to reopen November 23rd if weather permits. And the closing reception for the Women's Rights and Human Rights exhibit will be this Thursday. The traveling exhibition highlights women, non-binary, and gender non-conforming and genderqueer social justice advocates from all over the world. The reception will be held from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Melton Gallery.
And the Kaleidoscope Dance Company is hosting their fall concert later this week. The concert is presented by the UCO Dance Department and will be held in the Mitchell Hall Theater. Virtual viewing of the concert is also available. The concert will have performances at 7:30 p.m. for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. For tickets, go to mitchellhall.com.
A fashion show produced by UCO fashion marketing majors will be held November 18th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the Constitution Hall in the Knight University Center. The show, titled Passport to Colombia and South America, will be free and open to the community. Students who attend can receive stellar credit.
And Lily, for November, it's been pretty warm today. I wonder if we're going to see some warmer temperatures or even some colder temperatures this week.
I know, I'm really hoping that it cools down, but we will check in with Patrick on weather after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
November is Native American Heritage Month. UCentral's Patrick Tabo tells us how UCO celebrated.
On Wednesday, the Native American Student Association and the Offices of Diversity and Inclusion and Inclusive Community kicked off the Native American History Month in the Knight University Grand Center Ballroom. We spoke with NASA's president about the event.
We celebrate Native American Heritage Month to commemorate our people from indigenous cultures and tribes all over the United States.
We also spoke with NASA's vice president about what went on at the event.
We also had these dancers and the drummers too, which we all think that, they're they're coming here for and whatnot, and pretty much it helped advocate and spread awareness for who we are.
We had Native American vendors who hand make all of their items. They can range from moccasins to travel earrings to dresses.
UCO's president Patty Newhold Ravikumar also announced the UCO land acknowledgement at the event.
The University of Central Oklahoma recognizes that we gather on land entrusted to the care and protection of the Caddo and Wichita peoples. These lands are part of the wider state of Oklahoma, which is shared by the 39 sovereign religious nations, including the Kiowa, Comanche, Osage, Apache, and Fort Sill Apache nations. Beginning in 1889, this land was distributed through several land runs intended to confine and erase indigenous peoples from this territory. We acknowledge the historical events that have and continue to affect indigenous people of this land. We pledge to honor and respect indigenous knowledges and worldviews as we sustain a meaningful relationship with the sovereign nations.
From UCO, I'm Patrick Talbot.
Thanks, Patrick Talbot.
And here's a message for you if you cook for the holidays. The Oklahoma City Utilities Department wants to remind you to not rinse your fats, oils, and grease down the drain. This can clog the sewer lines and cause costly repairs for homeowners and the city. They recommend pouring the liquid into a container and placing it in the freezer until it becomes solid. Once it is solid, you can throw it out. Also, wipe fats, oils, and grease off of dishes before cleaning them. And well, it's been a nice day for people, and I've been seeing people actually wearing shorts here on camp. It's been pretty crazy.
I know. I cannot believe it is November, and we are still seeing this kind of warm weather. Patrick, what is going on the rest of the week?
Yeah, that's right. It is a warm day here in Oklahoma right now. Across the state, you're going to see mid to low to mid 70s. And then you got 81 up there in the Panhandle, and Guyman is your current temperature up there. 75 in Woodward. You got 73 degrees in Clinton. 72 degrees is your current temperature here in the Edmond, Oklahoma City metro area. 71 degrees up there in Tulsa. You got 68 degrees all the way up there in Miami, Oklahoma. So a cool, pleasant day, but much warmer than what we're used to normally seeing here in November. As we take a look at Edmond tonight, 52 degrees is your expected low, clear skies. Winds out of the south at about 7 miles per hour. Humidity is going to hover around 86%. No chance of rain or anything like that tonight. When we take a look at tonight across the state, a cold night up there in the northeastern part of the state with 38 degrees being the expected low in Guyman, Oklahoma. You got 52 degrees, as I just mentioned, in the Oklahoma City metro area. You take a look at 50 degrees up in Tulsa, and then you got 55 down in Idabel and 54 down in Ardmore. As we take a look at highs tomorrow, you're going to see, much like today, it's a warm day for what we're used to here in Oklahoma in November, as late as we are. 87 degrees in Guyman, 80 degrees in Woodward, got 76 in Enid, and you got 77 degrees in the Edmond, Oklahoma City metro area as your expected high, 84 down here in Altus. As we take a look at the hourly forecast for tomorrow in Edmond, when you wake up, it's going to be 53 degrees with the sun coming up, so it'll be a cool morning. Then at noon, you got 72 degrees. Still a cool day from what we're used to in the summer, but a lot warmer than what we want it to be here in November. And then as the sun's setting at night, 70 degrees is going to be your current temperature. As we take a look at the 7-day forecast for the Edmond, Oklahoma City metro area, we're going to see that 72 degrees is your high today, 53 is your low tonight. 77 is your high tomorrow, 55 is your low tonight. 63 in partly cloudy skies, 36 being your low. That's the lows I was talking about, where it's going to approach freezing in Wednesday night and Thursday night. Thursday night, you got a high of 55 degrees and sunny skies. And then for Friday through Sunday, you're looking at partly cloudy skies. 57 degrees is your high on Friday, 64 degrees is your high on Saturday, and 60 degrees on Sunday, with Friday and Saturday's lows being in the low to mid 40s. For now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And coming up in social media, we will be going back to the early 2000s because some of your favorite stars have some interesting news.
the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and here is your social media update. And if you are a supporter of #FreeBritney, listen up. This is an ongoing story we've been covering all the semester. In a 30-minute hearing, a Los Angeles judge terminated the conservatorship. While Spears wasn't present for this, she took to her social media thanking her fans. She will now be able to make her own medical, financial, and personal decisions for the first time since 2008. An investigation is being pursued by Spears' attorney on her father James and his role when he oversaw the conservatorship. And another famous early 2000s artist is making a comeback. Lindsay Lohan has a Christmas movie on the way, set to release on Netflix next year. Lohan tweeted a first look at the film on Twitter, tweeting, quote, "Back at work and couldn't be happier, action," end quote. She is set to play a newly engaged hotel heiress who gets amnesia after a skiing accident and ends up in the care of a lodge owner and his daughter. The film is currently untitled and in production, but it is set to air on Netflix in 2022. And breaking news coming from Sesame Street, a new friend is joining the well-known characters this Thanksgiving. Ji Young marks the series' first Asian American character. Her name consists of the syllables Ji, meaning smart or wise, and Young, meaning brave, courageous, or strong. Ji also means sesame. She will make her debut in the special See Us Coming Together on HBO Max, social media platforms, and your local PBS station. And a new look into Spidey's next adventure is coming tomorrow. The official Twitter for Spider-Man No Way Home released a new poster and revealed that they will be dropping a new trailer tomorrow. The poster features the web slinger alongside Doctor Strange with Easter eggs throughout, connecting the film with other Spider-Man properties. Are you excited for this new Marvel film? And Lily, I'm very excited to see Lindsay Lohan's comeback. What do you think about all the celebrity news?
You know, Tyler, I am super excited about the new Spider-Man movie. It does seem to be one of the most anticipated movies this year. Coming up next, we're going to have Brady with our full UCO sports update.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit Travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Brady Gray, and this is your sports update. The UCO football team had their last game of the season Saturday at Central, Missouri. In a hard-fought game, Central had a chance to win on a last-second 52-yard field goal attempt, but the kick ended up falling just a yard short. If it had been made, it would have been a UCO record. However, with the miss, the Broncos lose their last game of the season, 30-29. They wrap up the year with a 4-7 record. After the loss, it was announced that the next day that head football coach Nick Bobeck has resigned. As I talked about earlier in the show, Bobeck went 47-54 in his time as head coach, with 4 winning seasons and just as many bowl game appearances. But as a player and a grad assistant for the Broncos, his career spans 17 different seasons at Central. In a statement about the resignation, he said he's loved his time in Edmond, but he believes, quote, "This is the best decision for me and my family," end quote. Us here at UCentral wish him the best going forward. On the hardwood, the UCO men's and women's basketball teams both opened up their seasons at home over the weekend at the Central Region Classic. The men's team was able to start their year at 2-0. Friday against Northwestern Oklahoma State, the Broncos were able to dominate inside with forwards Isaiah Wade and Cam Givens combining for 40 points. Behind a strong second half of scoring from the entire team, UCL pulled out the win 78-68. Then on Saturday against UMary, it was the opposite game plan. Behind 20 points on 5 3-pointers made from Jaden Wells, the Broncos dominated outside, shooting just over 44% from deep as a team, as they won 80-71. They'll play again at home Wednesday against Jarvis Christian. And it was more of the same success for the Lady Broncos squad. Friday, they blew Northwestern out of the water, routing them 79-48 behind 13 points from senior Kelsey Johnson. 12 different players scored in a great team win, and the next day, it was more of a challenge against UMary. After trailing at halftime, Kelsey Johnson and Alasia Knapp combined for 38 points to lead the Lady Broncos back to win 66-62. They'll play again tomorrow night at SNU as both the men's and women's teams open the year 2-0. That's all I have for sports today. For more news, scores, and updates on everything UCO athletics, be sure to visit our website at broncosports.com. Have a great day, Edmond. Dr. Tyler and Lily at the desk.
Thanks, Brady. And do you want a free calendar? We'll tell you where to get it after this.
And one last look at weather with Patrick Talbot. Stay with us.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Who Who doesn't like free calendars? The city of Edmond has released free calendars for 2022. The calendar offers a colorful tour of downtown Edmond and its attractions. They also have useful dates like trash collection dates, holiday office hours, and more. There are a limited quantity, so make sure you get one before they are gone. To find a pickup location, go to the City of Edmond's website.
And speaking of the city of Edmond, it has been pretty interesting weather the past week. It's been pretty chilly outside, but also just kind of normal. It's been kind of like spring weather for me, at least.
Yeah, it has definitely not felt like winter, but hopefully Patrick is going to give us some good news with our last weather look. What do you got for us, Patrick?
It's going to be a cool day tomorrow as we take a look at the daily hourly forecast for Edmond tomorrow. It's not going to be as cold as we're normally used to here in November. 53 degrees is your expected temperatures with partly cloudy skies at 7 a.m. Noon, it's going to be 72 degrees and sunny, partly cloudy skies. It'll be cool then, and then at night as the sun is setting, it's still going to be 70 degrees. So it's a lot warmer than what we're normally used to expecting here in Edmond and here in Oklahoma in November. As we take a look at the 7-day forecast for Edmond and for Oklahoma, 72 degrees was your high today, 53 degrees is your low tonight. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow, 77 is your high, 55 is your low. Then as you take a look at Wednesday, 63 degrees is your high, 36 degrees is your low. And then Thursday, sunny skies, 55 degrees and 36 is your low again. So cold nights Wednesday night and Thursday night, a cold front will blow through. So dress warm if you're outside both of those nights. And then we'll just go ahead and toss it back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And that weather, it's just been really weird because usually we're seeing the temperatures drop this time of year. I know some people around the country have been experiencing snow already. It's pretty crazy in November.
Yeah, I know. We do not live in a consistent weather state. It is literally always something different every year.
Definitely.
But hopefully we get some snow sometime this year.
I'm hoping it at least stays until we're getting into December. Like, I hope that we don't see snow until December because my car definitely cannot drive in the snow. And I know with all those road closures we're having in Edmond, like, definitely not a good time to be driving on the road, especially with the Second Street construction. That's definitely going to be a madhouse once winter gets here. But I'm just here enjoying the weather, temperatures. It's been nice. It's cool. I walked to school, so at least it'll be nice outside. And we can actually look outside the studio right now. The sun is setting with daylight savings time, and it's been beautiful outside this past week.
It really has.
I've been really trying to take in all the nice weather we've been having. I've been going out. I've been seeing different things. I've been hanging out with friends more, just enjoying this weather while we have it. Because
once it gets cold, it's going to get cold.
It's going to get cold, especially here in the state of Oklahoma. But that's all we have for this edition of UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead.
Have a good night, Edmond.